anybody who is watching this afterwards, who's not live right now, you're only going to get a chair for your extra equipment today. However, as always, you are going to need your water bottle. So water is important. Ooh, we got one person on. Sweet. 2 people. For the people who are just now jumping on, like normal, you're going to use your water bottle. Your extra equipment today is going to be a chair. Preferably one that doesn't have arms on it. However, if you turn it on the chair, it'll still do just fine. If you have like an ottoman on like the couch, that works as well. Most couches are a little bit too tall for some of the stuff we're going to do. But honestly, if you only have a couch, it'll still work for the majority of what we're going to do. If this is something that we typically sit on, we're going to use it to exercise instead. We also have our YouTube one going on as well. So we have Facebook right up here. We got YouTube down here. So you can use either one of those platforms on those smart TVs. Prefer the YouTube one because you can blast that live up on the screen as well. That being said, I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to let everyone else get online. The last couple of days have been completely nice outside, so if you guys get the chance to today, spend a little bit of time out in the sun. Great weather, it's not too hot. Yesterday was a little bit cooler, so it wouldn't tolerate some people, but even today, not too hot. There's some shade, there's a nice breeze going, so if you can, be outside today. A few more minutes. Alright, so, I don't know if you have anybody new, but I'll go over it again. Today, as always, number one is your water bottle, and then number two, you're going to get a chair. Like I was saying before, it's preferably one that doesn't have arms on it, but if it does have arms on it, it's totally fine. Now this chair, it's right about where my knee is. It's a really good height. If your chair is a little bit taller, yes, it'll still work. You're not going to get as much work out of the exercises. And if your chair is really short, you're going to turn the stuff we're doing just a little bit more difficult. Now, some of the stuff, a higher chair just automatically means it's going to be harder because it's working on elevating a certain part of your body. But in other situations, like the squatting section, the higher the chair, the easier it gets. The lower the chair, the harder it's going to get. So one time you're going to get the chair and your water bottle. I'll probably give everybody, I'd say maybe a minute or 2 more minutes to jump on. We only got about 5 people watching right now, but you know what? 5 people watching is 5 more than a minute. Fantastic. Good to see Bryce and Mickey online today. Okay, good. We always have someone on YouTube. I never know who it is. Always have someone. All right. Well, I guess we can get started now, even though we only have a few people online. If anybody else wants to watch it later, they can jump on later and just watch the recording of it. So, this is the Tuesday PE class. We're going to start by getting a little bit warmed up. You guys can warm up however you'd like. I'm going to give you about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to take a couple of laps around this room. You can do some jumping jacks. If you want to do some burpees, you can do some burpees. But again, at the end of the warm-up, you shouldn't be tired and exhausted. You should just have that blood flowing through your body. It should do exactly what it says. It should just warm you up a little bit. So, if you're doing burpees for your warm-up, just take it slow. Don't go too crazy on it. You shouldn't be gasping for air when you're done warming up. All right, I'm going to take a couple of laps. You guys do whatever you want to warm up. Jumping jacks and jogging are two great ones. Go! Stop over here a few minutes to see if we get anybody new. Nope. All right, guys, keep warming up. You got about 1 more minute. All right. And time. So, I don't think we have anybody new. I know you guys might still be warming up, but we're done with that now. We're going to move on to the fun chair stuff first. So, we're going to use the chair. I'm going to show you guys all the different ways. Well, not all of them because, well, there's countless numbers. So, I'm going to show you a bunch of different ways that you can use a chair to help you exercise. So, make things easier, make things harder, and even work on the technique. A chair is a great, useful thing when it comes to any kind of exercise. The only thing I do want to say, I don't recommend using a chair as a box for box jumps. So if you want to do box jumps, don't think of it as a chair and just go, oh, you can step on the chair. Oh, because a lot of chairs that you can see, they're really wobbly. And it's pretty easy for a chair to step wrong and just flip out from under your feet. Or if you have a bit more tricky ground, it can flip out from under your feet. So we're not going to use any kind of like heavy landing or explosive things when it comes to anything on the chair. We're not jumping on it at all. So the first one we're going to go over is probably the most basic way you can use a chair to exercise, and that's working on your squat form. Now, this is why I said that a lower chair would be better, like kind of right around where your knees are. The chair is higher. This might be really difficult because you're not going to actually get that full squat going, but it'll still help you with pushing your hips up behind you. A lot of people struggle. I'm going to angle this down a little bit so you guys can see. A lot of people struggle with their squats because they don't want to stick their butt out behind them. They feel, I guess, it feels awkward. Maybe they think they're doing something wrong by sticking their butt out behind them. They're trying to keep their hips centered into their legs. They're centered in their feet. That is a horrible way to squat. That's, when you squat down like this, kind of rest, that's kind of what they're doing. All right, we want our heels, I don't know if you can tell, my heel's off the ground right now. That doesn't work. My hips stay over my feet. My heels don't sitting on the ground. I'm usually be on the ground the entire time I'm squatting. So I'll take my hips and I'll stick my butt out behind me and I'll keep my shoulders over that. So you see, I'm actually sticking my hips out really far back. The chair is going to help me do that. I'm going to touch the chair with my butt and then stand back up. I'll do it sideways first so you guys can see what I mean. I'm going to do my squat, but I'm going to stay in front of the chair. I'm not like touching it, but I'm in front of it enough to where I'm going to have to reach out a little bit to touch it with my butt. Squat down. I'm going to barely touch the chair and come back up. Now, again, I'm not getting a full all the way down squat in for this. However, we're not working on trying to get the exercise. We're working on the hip motion. We're isolating that one part of it. So, yes, there are different ways to work on that to get a full squat in. And for some of you guys, that might be a full squat. But this is something that you guys can easily do at home or anywhere that you're at to just work on making sure you can stick your hips out behind you. If you really want to get this specific one as opposed to looking into a chair, you can get a ball. Anything on the ground, you can literally just set it there, do your squat, touch it, and then come back up. So we're going to do 10 of these chair touch squats together. I'm going to face you guys. Now I'm going to do my squat. For this one, I'm not sitting down and then standing back up. I'm squatting, I touch the chair, and then I come back up. I'm just barely at it. Ready? And go up and 10 of these chair squats together. The chair is just way too big and you put something on the ground. You do that as well. If not, do with me. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Fantastic. So, again, really, really easy way to work on getting your hips back behind you when you do your squat. Now we're going to go into a little bit more of a relaxed way of doing it. So let's say maybe whoever's watching this could be someone who is now beginning that part of their life where standing up from a chair is not fun anymore. I mean, it's never too fun having to stand up from a chair because you're nice and relaxed, but some people struggle with that because over time during the years, your legs start to get a little bit weaker. So this is a great exercise. It's called functional strength and functional exercise. You're doing something that you do on a regular basis. You're just doing it a little bit more, and it's going to help you with that one. Hey there, Miss Donna. How's it going? So this one is great, especially for anybody who is, like I said, losing that ability to stand up out of a chair without using their arms to push up off something. All you're going to do is sit down and then stand up. Now the goal here is to do it as smoothly as possible. So this exercise in itself isn't really called exercise. I've always called them stand-ups because all you're doing is standing up. So I'm going to sit down in the chair 15 times. I'm going to stand up 15 times. And you guys are going to do it with me. Ready? So 1, down, and you stand back up. 2, 3, 4. On this one, we're going to pause. 5, and pause. So, just so you guys know, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Watch what my body does when I stand up. I don't just extend my legs. I have to lean forward and get my shoulders over my knees. And then I can stand up from there. Just so you know, that's how your squat works. That was number 5. We're going to do a few more. I'm going to stay sideways. Ready? Great. Sit down. As you see, I'm going to lean over my feet. I'm going to sit back and relax. I lean my chest back over my feet. I'm not hunched over. I lean my chest back over my feet, and I stand up. I think that was 7. We're going to go with 7. Ready? 8. Sit down and stand back up. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. And last one, 15. Great. So, again, obviously, if you are in shape and athletic, standing up and sitting down out of a chair may not be that challenging, but everyone's different and everyone's at a different stage in their life. At some point in your life, there will be a time where getting out of a chair is a struggle. Could be today, or it could be in 80 years. You never know. But that's a great way of working on your leg strength if you're already starting to lose it. And it's also a good way of breaking your squat down, understanding, okay, I got to lean forward, but I got to shoot my butt back. Now I can stand back up. All right, we're going to end on a little bit more of a difficult note. That was one for people who are trying to rebuild leg strength. This is one for people who already have a ton of leg strength and you want something even harder. So we all know how to lunge, right? Get my foot in front of me. I drop my back knee almost to the ground, barely touching when I come back up. I can either slide that foot back or I can come down here and I can stand forward. So this one, we're going to do a single leg lunge or an elevated lunge. I'm going to put my foot on top of the chair and I'm going to make sure it's kind of on the edge. It's way back here, my shin gets in the way of my leg. I want to put my toes on the very edge of the chair. I'm going to hop my foot forward so I'm almost just sticking straight behind me. I'm going to hop forward just a little bit more. Right here, I'm going to drop this knee as close to the ground as I can. And then I come back up. So, one more time. I get as far down as I can, and then I come back up. Now, I made a mistake here. If you notice when I readjusted my knee, I can put it in front of my toes. If I can avoid that, I will. So I'm going to push my leg further back behind me. I don't want my knee passing my toes. When I passing my toes, I'm getting stress on my ankle that I don't need to be doing. So we're going to do 5 on each leg. Now, if this is too difficult for you to do, that's okay. You can do one of the other exercises that we did before, or you can just do some regular lunges. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do some lunges together. Ready? Pop up one leg, hop one foot forward, and 5 lunges. Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Now I'm just going to switch feet. Same thing, 5 lunges. Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wonderful. So that one really puts a strain on that leg. Great if you want to bump up the intensity of your exercise workout. Now we're going to move into a little bit more arm stuff. So we're going to start easy and work our way to make it harder. The easiest version, we have all done incline push-ups where I pick up my feet. Now we're going to do decline push-ups. So a decline push-up is when I actually elevate my hands. Okay? Because right here, it's much easier. The higher my hands are on an object, the easier a push-up gets. Fighting gravity less and less the higher I go up. So, put my hands on the chair, and I just do push-ups here. Nice and easy. Now, please be careful of smacking your face on the back of a chair. Especially if you have a metal chair like this one, coming down like this. This does not feel very great. So, there's not a whole lot of extra detail other than the fact that you still need to keep that good push-up form. This is not a push-up. This is not a push-up. We need to do full all the way down, and a complete extension at the very top. So, this is a great way if you've been struggling with push-ups for a while to kind of ease up that weight and still get that full motion in. So, hands are on the chair, put my feet back. We're going to do 5 push-ups. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. So again, you can go higher than that too. So if that was too difficult, you can move over to the back of the chair. I don't have much of an incline now. 1. Let's just do 10 together here. That was 1. You guys do your first one. Right? All right, let's keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, and great. So that's an easy way to work on your push-ups. If you're struggling with that weight and you just can't fully extend your arms, that's one of the ways you can do it. Now we're going to get into the absolute obvious one after that. We're going to skip ahead a little bit. We're going to do some incline push-ups. Incline push-ups are when you prop your feet up on top of something. I might be getting the incline and decline mixed up. That happens a lot, so I apologize. Now we're going to elevate our feet on the chair. Try your best not to just rest your foot on the chair. You want to be on the balls of your foot. If you're just resting, you have a tendency to bend your knee and get in bad posture. If I lock my leg out straight and put the ball of my foot on the ground, I can do it a little bit easier. One more thing to keep in mind before we get started. Hand placement. Try not to let your hands go above your head. It might happen a little bit just because of the angle you're doing your push-ups. However, do your best to minimize that as much as possible. I want my hands close to being under my shoulders as I physically can while doing this. So let's try and get 5 of these in together. If this is really difficult, which if you are still struggling with a regular push-up, this is absolutely harder. If you're still struggling with this, move on, go back to propping your hands up on the chair instead of your feet. But we're going to do 5 of these together. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. So again, chairs are great for exercising as well as sitting down and relaxing. We're going to move into a little bit of core stuff. We're going to kick out the chair now. I think we're running a little bit short on time here, so I think I showed you guys enough things you can use a chair for. There are tons of other things like dips, presses, rows, everything that you can do with a chair. However, we'll get to that another day. So we're going to move on to some core exercises and some things to keep in mind for your core exercises because, well, keeping your core strong is very, very important. I'm going to bump this little laptop down to the ground real quick. And then Facebook's going down with you. All right. So, got a little thing in the way there. Good. All right. Core exercises. Something to keep in mind for your core exercises is the arch of your back. And let me show you what I mean. A lot of times, perfect, a marker. A lot of times when I do my core exercises that don't involve me sitting up, you arch your back. If your lower back ever hurts when you're doing a leg exercise, like a leg lift or hollow body rocks, it's because you're arching your back as opposed to scrunching in your core, your stomach. So what I mean by that is, let's say I'm holding a 6-inch killer, but I'm arching my back really bad. See how I can fit this marker all the way through? I'll pull my shirt up, you can see that gap, okay? So when I'm doing this, if I'm doing a 6-inch killer, I want that gap gone away. 2 ways that you can help do that is, like I just did, I pick my head up and I squeeze my chest together, okay? By squeezing your chest together and picking your head up, you're going to start doing a little bit of a crunch. When I do that crunch, you'll see that gap right here. Just picking my head up minimizes it. Now I squeeze my chest together. Now that gap is gone. You can't get anything under there. It's my full back from all the way up to where my shoulders are. It's all on the ground. Now I can hold my 6-inch killer and my lower back won't hurt. The reason that a lot of people arch their back whenever they're doing these exercises, it takes the strain off of your stomach. It takes the strain off of your abs, and it puts it somewhere else, though. It doesn't just go away. It puts it on your lower back, which is why it hurts so bad. So we're going to do a 6-inch killer, and we're going to hold it together for a few seconds. I'm going to teach you a little trick to make it a little bit easier if you're struggling with it. Also a way to help work on keeping that back curve the right way. So 6-inch killer, we're going to hold it for 10 seconds. Might be a really long time. I know 10 seconds to me starts to hurt my belly already. So I lay on my back. You guys should too. Ready? 6-inch killer. You're going to hold your feet 6 inches off the ground. Now, this is not 6 inches. 6 inches is like this high, maybe. So keep your feet close to the ground, but don't let them go flying all the way up or touch the ground. You get a little bit off the ground. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and 6-inch killer, go! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now, I always tell people not to put their hands under their butt whenever they're doing things like that. Now, it's for 2 reasons. Well, it's for one reason when I say that, but it does 2 things. It makes it easier to do whatever the exercise is. And we're not trying to make the workout easy. We're trying to get as much out of it as possible. However, it does help people if they don't have a good curve in their lower back and they tend to arch it. Putting your hands underneath your tailbone helps kind of force that arch away. So I'm not putting them under my back. I'm not necessarily just sitting on them. I'm actually trying to put my wrist right underneath where my tailbone is. And what that does is it picks my butt up a little bit. And what that's causing it to do, I'm not trying anymore, but that arch is going away. It minimizes that arch of your back right here. If you guys see that hole again, if I put one hand under my hips, you'll see that arch. I'm not pulling. It just kind of goes away. It's still there a little bit, but let's say I put both hands in there and I'm focusing on trying to keep that gap away. It really, really helps. Again, it does make the exercise easier, but it helps keep that arch away so you don't hurt yourself. So we're going to do it again. We're going to do it for, let's do, we'll do 20 seconds this time. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Hands under your butt, 6-inch killer. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So a lot of you guys probably felt that that was a whole lot easier. That's because it is. If you didn't feel like it was easier, you're either in such good shape that you can't even tell the minute differences between that stuff, or you are making a mistake somewhere. So hopefully we can get that figured out sooner than later. Now, moving out from your 6-inch killers, we're going to go into your sit-ups. Now, sit-ups are a huge, huge deal because a lot of people can't do sit-ups because it hurts their back. Now, yes, it is true. Some people will hurt themselves by doing sit-ups, but a lot of people who haven't had anything previous happen to them, but their back hurts while doing sit-ups, is typically because they're doing sit-ups the wrong way, and they may be going just a little bit too fast. They may not be doing it wrong. They just might be going too fast. So I'm going to stick my legs straight out because I don't have anyone to hold me. You guys are welcome to do that as well. That's a little cheat code that I use for life. If I don't have anyone holding my legs for sit-ups, instead of bending my knees here, I'll do like a light straddle with my legs. And what this does is it actually weighs me down more. So when I do my sit-up, my feet come off the ground a little bit less. Now, I do want to sit all the way up if I'm flattening my legs. My knees are bent. I really can only do a sit-up for this much without really stretching. But when my legs are here, I want to be straight up at the top of my sit-up. So that's a little cheat for you guys. Now, when doing sit-ups, a huge, huge rule of thumb is making sure you keep your back safe when it comes to your lowering. So when you're laying back down, a lot of people decide to slam themselves, and even when they get really competitive, they'll actually rebound their spine off of the ground to try and get more sit-ups. Makes no sense to me. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I'm only going to do a 1 because it hurts. I'm going to do my sit-up, and this is how you don't go back down. Okay? If you didn't hear a thump, there was a big thump. And I purposely made sure that my lower back didn't hit, which is why it looked kind of funny. But a lot of people just go, boom, flat on the ground. When I do my sit-up, I control my ascend, and I also control my descend. My lower back goes first. I kind of like roll down like I'm doing the worm with my back. I curl, and then I lower. Very controlled. It helps keep your back safe. So let's do 5 sit-ups together. I want you guys to take it nice and slow. Ready? 5, up, and then control back down. 4, and back down. 3, 2, and 1. Good. You should be able to do sit-ups as silent as possible. So that kind of covers everything that we're going to be going over today. It was nice having all of you guys on. I'm not going to pick them back up to say my goodbye. I'll just say goodbye from down here. So thank you for jumping on. I'm glad you guys got up and got a little bit active today, even though it wasn't as big of a Tuesday PE class as normal. Let's try and make that Thursday one big. So invite people. Tell everybody. Encourage your friends, especially your other martial arts friends who know about this and have access to it. Let them know. Tell them to get on here too. That being said, I will see you guys on the next video. I hope you are doing well with your virtual classes online for regular school. And if you need any help, just get in touch with the Karate School. You guys take care.